I mean, I think just in your experience and your story, you're thinking about somebody listening to this podcast and they are working somewhere. And I posted a little bit of a needler on LinkedIn today in preparation for interviewing you or talking with you, stock image of some frustrated employee. And then one of the pictures I stole from your website of you in this beautiful spot. What would you say to the person listening to the podcast that wants to know, can I do this too?
Well, the answer is definitely yes. I mean, you can make the most of 48 hours. You can make every minute count and come back home, maybe a little tired. But, there's tons of places you could take nonstop flights from Houston. It's a major airport hub. You take a night flight, you catch a couple hours, and you just wake up and hit it hard in the morning. I work with a lot of really busy executives that have very limited time, and we just make sure to make every minute count. And I think it really is easy to incorporate into your life. And that's part of the problem that I'm solving as a travel advisor is I do all the lifting. Like you can search for months on the internet and still not find the information that you need. Or you could take an hour. I mean, my business kind of operates on an hourly consultation basis. And we sketch everything out in a document. You have the notes to keep, and you can either execute it on your own, or I can finalize all the plans as well.
But what about can I start a company? Can I negotiate this life? Can I go down this path that's not traveled that I think I see, but I don't know if I see until I start going down there?
Yeah, well, it depends on what your business is, because my husband did it and it worked really well for him. I will say I tried to be a lawyer working remotely when we traveled, and that didn't really work. It wasn't entirely compatible with the way we were traveling at the time, because we traveled really intensely. We were constantly changing time zones. We were very spontaneous. So I would set a client call, and then we would end up in Bali, and I would have a client call for 3:30 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely ways to do it. Longer stays, planning things in advance. And I guess a lot of people sort of in my network now are running their businesses remotely while they travel, and maybe they work 6 days a week for 6 hours each day, but then think of how much time is remaining to do what you want to do wherever in the world that might be.
Sleep is for the weak.
Well, I moved here from New York, so yeah, I would sleep 3 or 4 hours a night in New York because I'm really making the most of every hour there.